Ah! Golly gumdrops! My hand! Today we're checking out the brand new blood effects paints from Army Painter. We have True and Dry Blood from the new Fanatic range, and we'll see how it compares to the old glistening blood paint. First off, let's see what they look like on a white palette, just to get an idea of how rich the colours are and if they have any gloss to them. Which, hopefully being blood paint, we should think so. Dry Blood is a nice deep red paint with a dark sienna look to it, whilst True Blood instantly looks like a nice rich bloody red colour. I can tell I'm going to love these two already. Finally, Glistening Blood. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't a fan of this colour originally. It's like an inkjet print magenta. But let's test them all out on some weapons and compare. First off, the old Glistening Blood. I just dabbed on the paint more towards the edge of the blade and then added some faint splatter lines further in. I'll do something similar for the other two as well, so we can get an idea of how they look whilst being painted on. And yes, this paint has a pretty glossy finish to it. True Blood, as we discovered, is the slightly lighter of the two new paints, and it does have a nice glossy look to it. I'd say less is more with these paints. Applying a small amount first and then building up gradually would be a good idea, as you could easily add too much and it just looks like utter carnage took place, which is perfect for Mighty Khorne, or Shazmu if you're into your ancient Egyptians. Dry Blood. This paint is slightly darker than our True Blood counterpart, but this deep glossy red colour really stands out. I also did notice on the palette that the dried blood had a slight texture to it as well, and this was seen on the blade once it had dried too. And that's a nice touch, I didn't expect that. Which gives me an idea for later on. The two new paints, once dry, have, in my opinion, a much better and truer colour of blood than the old paint. I'm liking the texture that the dry blood paint gives also, and I think having these on some miniatures would look quite striking as an extra detail. Now we're going to go through a few methods of adding these new paints onto some miniatures, so let's blood for the blood god boogie on. I've got a regiment brush in hand which is slightly old and the bristles are starting to come apart. So don't throw away these older brushes as they are great for things like blood. The paint was dabbed onto the surface and I began to create a patchy, uneven finish. I'm also thinking how this orc kindly chopped off this gentleman's head, and in what manner he did it. So the angle of blood is going diagonally upwards as if he swung his blade down in a cleaving motion. And of course, Tony here would have some blood in and around his new wound. True Blood was applied to emphasize how unfortunate he was. Next up, we've got a couple of fun Nurgle lads to work with. They have been painted with their entrails on show, but I wanted to make them stand out a little bit more and make them, well, a bit more putrid looking. First off, True Blood was added in between the bits of flesh, not only to darken down the shaded areas with a red colour, but the glossy finish will attract the eye more towards this detail. You can also thin down these effects paints by using some War Paint's stabilizer. Here, around a 50-50 mix was used. It will make the paint translucent in appearance, like you can see on the blade here by seeing the metal underneath. This was applied over the guts of our second Nurgle, Nigel. I wanted the flesh colours on the guts to be tinted with a red, but not to overpower the colour underneath if we had simply spluttered the original blood paint all over. I also noticed that if you use the War Paint stabilizer, it does take away that glossy finish once dry. Now, let's start creating some blood splatter. A pair of tweezers with a bit of sponge attached, and some good old true blood was lightly dabbed onto another blade. Again, less is more. I just applied a small bit here and there, with a couple faint blobs more onto the flatter part of the weapon. And finally added a little bit more onto the edge to make it thicker and more prominent. So I took this method back to the orc and patted on a bit to his hand and lower weapon. This represents some blood that's been dripping down off of his blade. Another way of adding some blood splatter is by using your wife's toothbrush. A small amount of true blood was added to the brush, and then using a thumb, the bristles were drawn back and let go. This then catapulted the paint onto the piece of terrain behind. Alternatively, if you would like to see this blood a little bit thicker, then you can just dab on the brush of the surface instead. Another fun way to create a random blood splatter is by airbrush. This time we are letting a burst of air force the paint off of the bristles and onto the scenery behind. This method allows you to have more control of what direction you want the blood to go and why it's there. Imagine someone being hit across the face with a blunt object and the blood splatters against the wall behind. The closer where the impact took place was given a thicker amount of blood, and maybe the odd tooth, which also started to drip down the wall. Lovely. And I did something similar with my giant. He's whirling around a bit of stone ruin and kindly requesting little folk to get out of his way. The airbrush added some splatter in a specific direction from the point of impact, and then following up by brush, more blood effect was applied to create a thicker blood smear. I'm loving these paints so far, and I'll probably use them on quite a few evil armies. So my question of the day is, what miniatures would you use these paints on? Another grubby, gross thing I wanted to show with these paints is mixing them with some tacky glue. Once mixed, it becomes a bit of a paste, and you can apply it to create some extra visual elements, such as bits of entrail falling out of this gross Nurgle gentleman, or asking yourself who on Middle-earth got bludgeoned to death or eaten here, and if Tony is going to miss the rest of his body. You can have so much fun with these blood paints, like pranking your wife and saying that you've cut your hand. And next time we are going to check out the new rust paints, so see you on the next video.